Hey, it's Matt with Walden Glove. I'm here today with the break-in tools. I'm really excited to be able to share more with everyone about them. I guess the first big point is that they're made in America. I'm really excited to be able to make these products in the United States. They're milled here and the wood comes from the US. It's northern red oak. It's a great wood. It's hard, it's dense, it's heavy, and it stands the test of time. Another big feature of the mallets and the break-in balls is that they're pre-conditioned. They come with a glove conditioner already worked into the wood, and that's gonna save you time. It's not gonna pick up color, and you're gonna be able to use them straight out of the box. I wanted to share with you the mallet specs. So it's a 10.5 inch ball type radius on the end with a flat. So you can use it to hit your pocket. You can also use it to spot the pocket with the flat section. It's a teardrop shape. I'll show you in the next segment exactly why this shape's very beneficial. You know, we tried so many different mallets and no one on the market has this particular shape, teardrop shape. It's 14 ounces. It's 12.25 in length. So it's heavy enough, but it's not too heavy to really make you so tired. Next up is the break-in ball. This is the classic original break-in ball. It's 10.2 inches in circumference. It's a great size. They're 7 to 8 ounces. They're also made out of northern red oak. And the larger size is an 11 inch in circumference. Those are like 8 to 9 ounces depending on, you know, the wood. There's a million ways to use these things. There's an obvious way to use them, and there's a lot of different more detailed ways that you can use them with all types of different gloves, and I'm going to show you guys that in the next segment. All right, we've got the mallet. We've got an 1175. It's a Wilson from Japan, but it's a 1787 pattern, something a lot of you will be familiar with. A couple ways we can use the mallet. I like to work on these pads because it gives a nice deep dish bowl. If you don't have one, that's all right. You don't need one. You can work it in your hand. So we'll show that first. Of course, you can pound the pocket, but I'm also pounding the sides here. I want my leather to be a little thinner and a little harder by pounding it out across the break point. So my seams are here. I've got my 2 palm laces right here. I want my hinge to be going right up this point, right towards the pocket here. And so this is a really good shape to be able to cover from the pocket straight down the hinge. The teardrop shape works really well. The radius of the ball mimics a ball hitting the top of the pocket. So that's the first way you can use the mallet. The second way that you can use it is, of course, hitting our break points, right? So thumb side, I want my break point to be right where my natural thumb hinge is gonna be. So I'm gonna bend it, put it here, and hit it. And I'll do the same thing on the pinky side hinge as well. A glove like this, you definitely want a dual hinge, a hinge on each side so that your thumb and your pinky can move independently. It makes a big difference on how you can manipulate the glove and how the glove works with your hand. Another way you can use the mallet for infield gloves is to spot the pocket. So early in break-in, before we really, make the pocket deeper or flatter, you can spot it with the flat end. Spotting it means hitting it straight down and creating a bowl shape in the glove so that as you play catch, every time you play catch, the ball is going to naturally hit that spot that you spotted. And that's a big one. You can use it for infield gloves, but it's a big benefit with catcher's mitts and first baseman mitts where pocket precision catching precision and making sure that your pocket's actually not too big is a major benefit. Now we're here with the first baseman's mitt. Similar. This one actually has a dual hinge. Some first baseman mitts are just a single hinge, just straight up into the pocket. This one I set up, it's a Yabai glove out of Japan. It's a 1275 steer leather in a classic colorway here, which I really like. Again, I'm going to use the pad, I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to set it on the hinge. This is something I learned from Masa-san at Yabai. He likes to set it right on the hinge. And go all the way up straight to the pocket, right? And he'll work it back and forth on the hinge, folding it in half, massaging it, working it, and then continually beating the break point in, which is really important. And as you do that, you'll see that you'll get some creases and lines formed in the glove. So as we kind of work both sides, we'll bend this one down. Again, we're going to bend it first, and then we're going to hit it across the whole glove. So we're training the whole glove to bend on this spot. So once I've beaten the break points in, I'm going to then use this. And again, the teardrop shape's really important because I can go straight from the pocket all the way down the hinge line. And you can hear how loud that glove is already. It's really important to get on a first baseman's mitt a really loud pocket. Like the louder your glove is, the louder your glove slaps, you're gonna steal some outs. We all know umpires, they hear it, they bang that out. You're gonna steal some with this. Last one, same thing. Like the infield, we can spot the pocket. After we spot it, we can go again with the head of the mallet. You can see the nice bowl shape we're getting. This thing's close for me. I like stiff gloves. This thing's close to ready to go. And it's definitely ready to play some catch. So we're back with a catcher's mitt. This one's a Zet catcher's mitt. I picked this up in Japan. These are legendary catcher's mitts. They're built like a tank. Couple ways to use the mallet. I like to start with catcher's mitts specifically with spotting the pocket first. You know, with a catcher's mitt, it's really important that your whole catching surface is not the actual pocket. I'm a big believer in spotting the pocket right where you want it. You know, you're gonna have to figure out how the glove closes a little bit before you do it. But once you figure out kind of where that pocket should be and how deep you want it towards the web, for me, I want to receive more in this area, not so much up towards the web. I don't want balls squirting out. I'd rather have my hand hurt a little bit than lose that ball control. And actually, I'm gonna switch this to the dish side so that I can get the dish. And that's why I use the pad mainly, is for this dish that's in the pad. So you can see now I have this dished flat spot. Now that I have that, as I continue to work on the glove, all my pounding, my catch play, it's going to go towards this flat spot naturally that I created here. And I put it here because my hinges are here. This is my real catching surface, this whole area, depending on how I receive the ball. But if I want to be a precision catcher with precision pocket work, I really want to make sure that I'm always receiving it in the same spot. So I want to train the glove from day one, the ball's always going to go here. The next way that you can use it is, of course, pounding the pocket. You can work break points, you can fold them and hit them. For this particular glove being so stiff, I'm not gonna fold it on the break points because I don't want excessive lines on my hinges. And then the third way, which is maybe not so obvious, but a big design point for the mallet itself, the teardrop shape not only helps as you're pounding in your infield, your outfield, your first baseman mitt, but you can actually wrap this in here. It's gonna open up your little heel side right here, open up your hinges, and it's a box shaped form. So if you want that box shape, just wrap the mallet in there. Wrap it up, use an ace bandage, use a glove wrap, let it sit, and now you're training your glove. You can see that the ball head, when it sits in there, it's right where the pocket should be. So the shape, the size, it was all designed to do multiple different functions. We want a mallet that can work for different types of gloves and work in many different ways. All right, back to the balls. We're here with the break-in ball. This is the original 10.2 inch ball. I use this mainly for our infield gloves. The first way to use it is maybe kind of obvious. As you throw it, your pocket develops and it develops to your hand. Being a round and flat surface and a little bit heavy, it definitely gives you a really loud pocket. You know, feeling the ball is real important, but there's that sound connection when you're fielding a hard hit ball. When it slaps in your glove, you know that you have it. So I'm a big proponent of always having a loud glove. So I can use it just to play catch with, similar to a heavy ball, but it's a larger size, gives you a better pocket, helps it break into your hand. The next way I like to use it is to roll the fingers out. So as I take a glove, I like my gloves wide. This is a third baseman's glove. You can see like you start to get these ripples and these waves up the fingers as you're breaking in the glove. You can roll these wrinkles out. So as you stretch your glove out, you can roll out any wrinkles really that form in the palm surface. So that's another big benefit of using the ball. I really like to do that on all my gloves. I'm a big proponent of broken in, game ready gloves that also look like they're in pretty new condition. So I like to keep my gloves always that way. The next is the wrap. So ball in, wrap it. I like to go thumb side first. So thumb side, wrap towards where I want it to close. So this one's gonna close thumb to in between ring and pinky, and then I'll run the wrap around through the wrist over this way. And then just let it sit. That's gonna help develop a deeper pocket and a shape around the pocket. Once I have my pocket done and I wanna store my gloves, I actually put the ball in the heel and I wrap them this way. This is gonna reinforce our flare that we've created as we've shaped the glove, and it's gonna keep my heel flat. You know, if I wrap it every time in the pocket, I'm getting a bend in my heel here. I really want a flat heel, especially in the infield. You know, that flat heel is gonna help you work through the ball. It's gonna help you be able to attack the ground ball more effectively. So that's how I use the original one, the 10.2 inch with an infielder's glove. So again, 10.2 inch ball, first baseman's mitt. You can use either size ball depending on how big you want your pocket. This one works really well with the first baseman's mitt. Again, the louder your glove slaps, you might steal some outs. So you can hear after just a few throws like how loud this glove's getting. Same thing, I use it to work the pocket develop that pocket to my hand. I roll out wrinkles. I can roll the pocket if I want a deeper pocket. And for the first baseman's mitt, I should be able to shape the pocket enough just by playing catch with it. You know, it's already designed with this big bowl shape to receive balls. I'm gonna wrap this in the heel. Especially this specific first baseman's mitt being a dual hinge, I want that flat heel. So that's how I would do that. I'd wrap it just like that. And I'd keep it there to keep my shape and keep my form as I continue to work in my glove. You know, once I get my glove to a game ready position, game ready feel, I want to keep it that way as long as possible. I don't want to keep making it softer. I don't want to keep playing with the shape. Once I have it like I like it, I want that glove to stay there as long as possible and be able to use that glove as long as possible. Next up, catcher's mitt. Couple different ways to use the ball. Maybe not so obvious, that's why we're showing you. Spotting the pocket, again. I can use it just in my hand. I can get a nice deep ball shape in the pocket. I can then wrap it. And when I wrap it, I'm trying to put it closer down to the heel so I can make the padding bigger down by the heel, and I'm just gonna stretch it like this. When I stretch it, it's gonna make this whole bowl shape across the entire glove bigger, deeper, and even if you like a flat catcher's mitt, it's gonna give you more space for when those balls move on you. You get a ball in the dirt, gives you a bigger catching area, bigger surface to work with. The next way I like to use the ball is to actually shape the catcher's mitt. This is a hard glove, hasn't been broken in a lot. What I can do is I can put the ball here and I can roll and shape around the ball and roll the ball towards where my pocket would be. So if the pocket's here, I'm gonna put this here and I'm gonna roll this around. And I can really start to shape it without creating a lot of extra creases. And by having that ball in there, you're gonna maintain that bowl shape without putting flats or big creases in your catcher's mitt. You know, the thumb side on the catcher's mitt is really important. If you don't want balls squirting up into your web and popping out of the glove, you know, obviously both sides are important, but I really like to put this here and just stretch. Stretch my glove, my catcher's mitt, stretch it around the ball, always working around the pocket. And you can see already, just from that, we're getting a really nice shape here. It's gonna fold down. We're gonna keep the ball in the pocket. You know, catching's so precision oriented now. We have got framing, we've got receiving, we've got pop time, we've got transfer. There's so many details about catching. Having a good catcher's mitt, picking a good pattern, but then breaking it in well is so important. You know, your life as a catcher depends on your mitt. So that's how I use the products. That's how I use the break-in balls, how I use the break-in tools, the mallet. You know, if you have a different way that you've found to use the break-in balls and the mallet, let us know. Drop a comment. We're always open for feedback. Make sure you check out waldenglove.com if you'd like to purchase any of these products. And, you know, hit a subscribe. We've got more content coming. We're gonna get deep into gloves, glove care, patterns, break-in, all that good stuff. So if you enjoyed this video, hit us up for more.